Hi, everybody. My name is Katie, and I am with BlueNotary as the Notary Relations Director. And today, what I wanted to go over is our next part of the installment of the series called Untapped Markets. So, I bring to you different ideas on ways to market and expand your client base. So that way, you can have a diverse income stream and kind of bolster your income. So, the next part is military bases. I think that is a very good way or a very good demographic to market towards. And I want to tell you one of the stories that happened with me and then how I got into looking into it and then what I found. I had a client that was based out in Okinawa and he had to give a power of attorney to his wife that was still stateside. And the notary that was on base wasn't available during the time that they needed this to be notarized. It was a little bit of a time sensitive deal. And then they found my information through some of the marketing that I had done and called me a little bit in a panic. I was able to get everything set up and then get that notarized. And then, his wife was able to have that power of attorney. So, that is just one highlight of some one-off marketing that paid off, like it that was more income for me, and then that word of mouth. But I wanted to invite you guys to also start reaching out to these demographics of military bases because when I have been talking and doing research and finding out these stories from these different families, there's usually one person on base that is designated as the notary, and sometimes it can be a little bit difficult for those notaries to notarize the documents. They might have weird hours or they might just sometimes not be very enthusiastic about notarizing documents for these families in the military. So that is where you can come in and position yourself as you are available, you are happy to help them, and depending on your own hours, you're there 24/7. So I've done signings for people over in Japan at very weird hours for me, but it's convenient for them, especially if you have a network of notaries that you guys can trade off and figure out the timings. Usually I let them know that there's going to be a little bit of an extra charge, but that is up to you on as to how you want to structure your own time because you can be an independent notary and decide your own hours. But the military bases is someplace where remote online notarization, I believe, is needed. And then it's also our job, basically. This is what I say all the time. Our job is the education part. One, that we exist, everything works, how you can get the documents to the notary, and then basically the steps that they would have to take. I have done notarizations for people in different countries that are based in military bases that the most common one that I see is power attorneys. So get the people over in the other countries giving power of attorneys to someone that they trust in the United States or parental consent of a minor to travel. If they have a minor child that's over in the United States and mom wants to come visit dad or dad wants to come visit mom, whatever the case may be, sometimes they contact me and ask me to do the parental consent where they are basically giving an outline of what they're doing and then the other parent gives the consent. Now, just as an aside, you as the notary cannot provide any insight as to the legality of anything. So you are notarizing a document, make sure that you're staying within your role. But that is definitely a demographic and a way to market towards the community that I think might be a little bit underserved as far as only having one notary available on base and then not always at the hours that everybody needs. That is something for you to look into and figure out ways to market towards. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. As an aside, we also have our Facebook page where I post articles about that. And then sometimes we have some really good discussions about the different ways that we are marketing and then sometimes marketing material. So feel free to check that out. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Follow us along for more tips and tutorials. Thank you.